Good morning. In the today's class, you are learning about J2E, Java Enterprise Edition. Actually, under the Java, it is categorized as three types: JSE, Java Standard Edition; Java Enterprise Edition; Java Micro Edition. Actually, Java is categorized three types. Now, already you learned the JSE, Java Standard Editions. You learn under the fourth semester. Means it is a programming language for developing the application purpose. You learn the Java. Next, we are going for Java Enterprise Edition. It is an enterprise edition means if you want to develop the websites or web-based or application, if you want to develop the any enterprise applications or business applications, or if you want to develop the web-based application, means under the J2E we are having the three-tier architecture will be there. This three-tier architecture we are calling as a MVC pattern. Now what is J2E? J2E, under the J2E, exploring the enterprise architecture under the J2U. How you are exploring means J2U can be expanded as a Java second. Java 2 means it is an enterprise edition. Java 2 means two times it is repeating Java Enterprise Edition that offers a development the environment of the enterprise application, creating and implementing. J2E architecture is made up of three tier. Just now as I said, it is made up of with a three tier architecture, or we can call as a MVC pattern, model view controller, such as a client tier used as a interacting media. Means first we are having as a client tier, we are having this client tier we can call as a presentation layer or presentation application. This presentation application for the client side application we are developing with the help of HTML, JavaScript, PHP, .NET. We can use the JSP also. Consists of the web client and the application client. Web client and application client, the middle tier that used to defining the logical functioning units, consists of web components. So many web components will be there under the web components and EJP components we are learning. Then coming to the enterprise data tier means it is a database used for the storage purpose for your application. Now if you want to go for J2U, under the J2E we are having the three tier architecture. First we are having as a client tier. Client tier it can consist as a user program that interacting with the user and the request and the response. Now if you want to see about the J2U, under the J2U we are having the three tier architecture. The first tier it is a client tier we can call as a presentation, or we can call as a view. Means for interacting purpose, the user or the client for interacting purpose, when he was sending the request, and then you should come the response through the browser or through the client tier only. Coming to the middle tier, for the middle tier usually contains enterprise beans. Means here we are having as a business applications will be there and web services will be there that distributes the business logic for the application. Coming to the enterprise data tier means it is a database. The enterprise data tier is stored for the relational data. Means when you are designing the application, if you want to get the data from the database, compulsory we needed the data tier, enterprise data tier. Now if you want to see the J2E architecture, under the J2E architecture we are having as a client tier will be there. Under the client tier we can call as a browser, then we are having as a application client will be there. Means if you want to interact with your middle tier, or if you want to interact with your web server, then we are compulsory we should design the application client. Then this application client container also will be there under the, when you, for example, if you want to communicate to the web browser, first we should design application, means client side application. For the client side application we are having the some technologies will be there. We can develop with the help of HTML and JavaScript. Now with the help of the HTML, if we are sending the request to the server, the server it is sending that through your protocol, HTTP protocol. Under the web container, it will read your XML file based on your request. Your XML file is there or not there. Under the XML file, based on the request, based on the URL pattern, then it will search under the web container. After performing the logical function or after performing the action under the web container, then it will goes to the request to the database server. Under the database server, if the data is found, then it will retrieve and again it will come back to the server and again it will send to the browser. It is following the J2E architecture. Now if you want to develop the middle tier architecture or J2E enterprise application, if you want to develop, means we are having the technology Java server page will be there. Java server page is the technology, Servlet is the technology. These will available under the web container. Under the server side we are having the container. The container, it will read your JSP and Servlet. This is a web EJB container. EJB container, it will read your enterprise Java Bean application. Enterprise Java Bean application, this web container will be read. This web container and EJB container will be there under your web server only, J2E server. Now, based on this application, now if you are designing the web application, suppose if you are designing the web application, for the web applications we are developing with the help of JSP and Servlets. Suppose if we are developing as a application, enterprise applications. For the enterprise applications, we should use EJB scenarios. Nowadays we are not using the EJB. For EJBs they are using as struts, and Hibernate we are using the framework with the help of the framework. Now here for this purpose, if you want to communicate to the server, for the server we are having the software will be there, Apache Tomcat server will be there for web server purpose. Coming to, if you want to go for the EJB, means we are having the application server. For the application server we are having the WebLogic server software will be there. Now we are having the database server. For the database purpose, so we are having the separate software will be there. So many products will be there. MySQL, Sysbase, Oracle will be the Oracle database. Based on the server, we can communicate to the server to the database server. This is the architecture for your J2E. For 2 marks or 5 marks, they will ask for your theory exam. Explain about J2E architecture. Now coming to, if you want to go for briefly about, usually in the J2E architecture consists 4 types. Means client tier, web tier, and enterprise Java Beans tier and enterprise information tier. The middle tier can consist, just now you see the middle tier can consist web tier and EJB tier. This is the middle tier. Actually we are having the 4 type of the tiers will be there: client tier, web tier, EJB tier, and enterprise data tier. Here it is embedding the web tier and the EJB tier we are calling as a middle tier. Coming to the client tier, based on your diagram, coming to the client tier, if you want to design the client tier consists the program or application interacting the user. Means with the help of the client, user if you want to interact with the server, compulsory we design the application at the client side. Usually they are located in the different missions from the server. Client tier promotes the user inputs to user requests and forward to the J2E server. Means based on your client side application, the client side applications we are designing with the help of HTML markup language or JavaScript. Based on that, the client's input, when the user is sending the request, it is forwarding to the J2E server, then process the results and return back to the client. Client can be the web browser. Means if you want to interact with the web server, we are having as a web browsers will be there. Under the web browsers, IE, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, so many, Opera, so many will be there. These are the standalone application or server that runs on the different missions. Clients can be classified as a web client or application client. Means if you want to design client application, the client applications, it is categorized into 2 types. Web client will be there, application client will be there. Web client means we are designing with the help of HTML, we are designing with the help of markup language and the JavaScript or PHP for the web client. Coming to the application client means we are using the languages, programming languages. The client again is categorized into 2 types, web client and application client. Web client consists of the dynamic web pages of the various markup languages that are generated by the web contents running the web tier or web browser. Means if you are designing with the help of the markup language that is running on the web browser, which is render pages receive the server, Web clients also called as a thin client usually do not perform the things like the query database. Means the web client usually it will not perform the, it will directly cannot connect to the database. It executes the business rules when using the client way operations the offloaded to the enterprise beans executing the J2E server. Now if you are going for application client, under the application clients run under the client mission and handled by the task given by the user interfaces. Typically we are using the GUI graphical user interfaces by creating with the help of swings or AWT. Application clients can be directly accessed by the EJB running the business tier using and the HTTP connection. Web Web clients we are designing with the help of markup language. Application clients we are developing with the help of Swings, JSwings and AWT Abstract Window Toolkit. Coming to the applets. Applets also will come under the web pages. It is received the web tier. It will come under the web tier embedded and the applet. This runs on the web browser. Web components are the API for creating the web client program. The web components enable the user to design the clean and the more modular application. They provide the way to separate the application program. Now if you are going for the middle tier, under the middle tier just now you saw that web container will be there, EJB container will be there. Means under the middle tier the web container has a servlets and the JSP. Just now I said servlets can be dynamically process the request and generate the response comparing to the JSP and servlets. Servlets are dynamic pages to some extent but JSP are the static in nature. With the help of the JSP also we can design the application pages. Your servlets is a dynamic, JSP is a static. During the application assembly process of the client static HTML program, applets codes and bundle with web tier and the web components. Actually HTML and applets are not considered as elements as a web components. Server side utilize the classes are also bundled with the web components but they are not considered as a web components. Means your HTML and applets are not considered, they are will consider as a elements, we cannot consider as a components. Web tier may be included EJB component processing user the input sends the inputs the enterprise EJB enterprise Java beans running under the business tier. The main purpose of the EJB for business application purpose, actually it is a POJO class, plain old Java bean objects. These we are implementing with the help of accessor methods or mutated methods will be there. Easily we can communicate to the database purpose. This is the main usage of EJB or POJO classes. Enterprise components handle usually business code purpose. Just now I said logic to solve the particular business domain such as banking or the finance are handled by the enterprise Java beans. Just now I said enterprise containers receive the data from the client process, if necessary sends to the enterprise information system for storage. Enterprise beans also retrieve the data from the storage and process send back. See here the major purpose, if you are designing the any application, web application or the enterprise application, compulsory we needed the accessor and mutated methods. These are we are developing with the help of POJO classes. We are having the three kinds of the beans will be the Java beans will be the session bean will be there. The session bean it will be destroyed. When it will destroy means the session bean is used only for the conversion with the client. Once the clients finish the execution the sessions, it will destroy. Means session means a particular time of the duration. The conversation between the client and the server. When the client is closing the browser, the session will be destroyed with the help of the session bean. Entity bean. Entity bean means it holds a particular data stored in the database. Once the server shut down or the client finish, it executes the entity bean, data will be preserved, means it will be stored, means it will be not destroyed. Entity bean. Session beans means it will destroy. Session beans means it will destroy the session. Entity bean means it will preserve the data. Message driven bean. The message driven bean combines the properties of the session beans and the JMS. Java mail servers, which define the business components to service the message asynchronously. Now coming to the enterprise information system, this is a database. This tier consists as a database server, or we can call as the enterprise resource planning to the system other data sources. Resources are typically located under separated missions that J2E servers and access the components to the business tier. The technologies under the enterprise information, we are having the JDBC will be the Java database connectivity. We are learning in the next what is JDBC, Java database connectivity API. Then next we are having the technology JPI, Java persistence API. Java persistence API, it is similar to DAO classes. We can prepare with the help of DAO. Java connecting architecture, Java transaction API will be there. These will come under the enterprise. In your syllabus, we are using only for JDBC, Java database connectivity. How we are connecting to the database with the help of your server. Now coming to the containers, under the container architectures, what are the containers will be there? We are having as a application client container will be there. Then we are having the web container will be there, applet container will be there, EJB container will be there. Means if you want to see container means it will be available inside the server side. It is embedded under the server side based on your application. Based on your application, what are the technologies we are using? Based on that, inside the container, we are having as a application client container will be there, web container will be there, EJB container will be there. Three types of container will be there. Coming to the application client container, the container includes a set of classes, libraries, other files that are required to execute the client program in own JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Manage the execution the client component. It also provides the service enabling Java client program to execute. Container is a specific to EJB container. Comparing to another container, J2E is a Java Enterprise Edition. This container is a lightweighted. If you want to see the under the application client container, what are the features will be there? Security will be there. Naming will be there. Security means responsibility for collecting the authentication data such as the username and the password sent as a RMI or IOOP to the server. Server then process the data using the JAS module. Even though authentication techniques provide the client container, but these are not under the control or application client. Coming to the naming, under naming we are having as a Java naming directory interface will be there. We are using under this application under the client side. If you are going to the web container is a component for the web server. It interacts with the Java servlets. Only for the Java servlet purpose it is interacting. Web container is responsible for managing the servlet lifecycle and the mapping the URL. Web container handle the request from the servlets and JSP files, other files such as including the server side code. Web container implements the web components contract of the J2E architecture. This provides a runtime environment for additional web components, security, transaction and deployment and etc. Means if you are taking about the web container, the main purpose of the web container for handling this handle the request from the servlets and JSP. Coming to the applet container, it will handle only for the applets. The container, this client applet program will run web browser or other application programs such as supports the applets programming. Applets are subjects to more restriction due to the sandbox security model limitations access on the client mission. These are normally web pages downloaded from the web servers execute under the client page. Coming to the EJB, under the EJB we are having the enterprise Java Bean container. Under this so many components will be there. Those technologies we can run under the EJB container. EJB means enterprise Java Bean container executing server component that contain business logics. Provides the local and remote access of enterprise bean. EJB container is responsible for creating the enterprise bean, binding the enterprise bean to naming service. More than one module can be installed within the single EJB container. It performs the transactions like start transaction, commit or rollback transaction, manage the various connections pools of the database resources. means it is similar to RMI. It will remote to similar to RMI. It will work under this instance variable corresponding to data item stored under database. What are the features under the JTU platform means the major features we are having the 6 features will be there. Portability and security will be there under the JTU platform. Enterprise version of the Java beans such as the largely used as a Java like developing the web service, networking, server-side scripting and other various web-based application. If you want to see under the JTU uses HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc. So as to create the web pages and the web service, it is also one of the most widely accepted the web development standards. Means under the web applications we can use HTML, CS and the JavaScript also. Now J2E is many component. J2E standard edition as well as many new features of its own like Servlet, Java Bean, Java Message Service and adding the all new functions to the languages. J2E is commonly driven edition. There is a lot of continuous contribution from the industry express, Java developers or other open source organizations. There are also many languages like .NET, PHP, which can do that work. Distinguish it from the other languages is the versatility, compatibility, security features. It is not such prominent to other language. Comparing to other technologies, if you are using the .NET or PHP, if you are developing with the help of JTE, it is a more security will be there. Now, if you want to see the web server and the application server, web server means it is a computer program that accepts the request from the data. Means it is a computer. It is a computer with the help of the internet. It will be accept the data from the web server. Web server. It is a computer program that accepts the request from the data, sends the specific document. Web servers may be the computer. Web servers may be the computer. There is a online contents kept. Essentially, internet server is employed the outside. However, there is a exist difference. Web servers conjointly like the reactions, recreation, storage, FTP protocol, file transfer protocol, email, etc. Example as a web server is Apache Tomcat server. Just now, your understanding purpose for web server, for if you want to run the application, if you want to develop the application, web application, compulsory we needed the web server. The web server purpose we needed the software Apache Tomcat software. Suppose if you want to develop the web application, first we should design the client side application. The client side application we are designing with the help of HTML or JavaScript or PHP. Then if you want to send the request to the server, from the server side purpose we should design the client server application part for communicating your browser and the server component. That is the purpose we should write the application, server side application for communicating the browser, web browser and web server. We needed the protocol with the help of internet. Now coming to the application server, it encompasses a web container as well as EJB container. Application servers organize the run on the atmosphere of the enterprise application. Application servers may be the reasonably server, then how to put the operating system hosting the application services from the user, IT services organization in these user interfaces. Similarly, a protocol or RPC or RMI protocol is used. If you want to see the application server, from the application server we are having the example WebLogic server and JBoss WebSphere will be there. These are the three softwares if you want to develop the application server. Next we are having, if you want to see the diagram for the application server, we are having the client will be there, the client interacting with the help of internet. We are having the web server, from web server to application server. Now now see the difference between the web server and application server. Very important. Web server composes a web container only. Web server encompasses web content only, while application servers encompasses a web container as well as EJB container. Means If you want to work, if you want to develop the application web server, if you want to develop the web application, under the web application only the web container will be there. If you are designing as a application, if you are designing the web application, or if you are designing the enterprise application or web application and enterprise application, these two applications we can run both under the EJB container. Inside the EJB container, your web container will be inbuilt. Coming to the second point, web server is usually fitted for the static content. Means it is on the web servers usually fitted for only for static. For dynamic purpose, we should use as a application server. Web servers consumes or utilize less resource. Means it consumes less resource. We are having the so many resources will be there under the web servers. It will consume less resource. It utilizes less resource, while application servers utilize the more resources, means more components will be there. Web servers arrange the run environment under the web application, while application servers arrange the run environment and the entire application, enterprise application only. In web servers, multi-threading is not support. Application server multi-threading will be support. Web server's capacity is lower than the application server. Application server capacity is higher than the web server. Means if you are developing the web application, means server performance is very less. Coming to if you are developing the application server, the server performance is very high. In web servers, HTML and HTTP protocols are used in web server. Coming to the application server, we are using under this we are using GAI and as well as HTTP, RCP, RMI, remote procedure control, remote RMI, interface we are using. RPC, RMI protocol we are using under the application server. Under the application server, both we are using HTTP, RPC, RMI protocol. Coming to the web server, just we are using only for HTTP protocol. Thank you. In the next class, we will see about your JDBC.